Hey everyone, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. You guys know what time it is. We're going to be talking about none other than Caspa itself. So let's waste no more time and get right into it. So looking across the board going into Monday morning, you're starting to see pretty much 50-50 playing out. 50% of the market is seeing a little bit of a pullback. At the same time, about 50% of the market is actually in green, which of course is nice to see. And Caspa is one of the coins that's actually in green, which is quite surprising, I'm sure, to a lot of people. But again, a green day is a green day at the end of the day, which we'll take. And Caspa is up about 1.9% with the price currently sitting above 12 cents. Also up about 1% in Bitcoin. Comparative market cap is able to reclaim back above $3 billion, which is nice to see. And the 24-hour trading volume at about $36.8 million. But before we get into it, as always, just a quick disclaimer. Anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in cryptocurrency. So we're going to start off by taking a look at the Bitcoin Dominance Index. And if you're looking at the Bitcoin Dominance Index, you can really see that the dominance is picking up traction, and it's picking up traction quite fast. Remember what's happening this week. This week is very important. Number one, because it's the end of the month of October, as well as obviously, we're entering, the most important month of the year, arguably of 2024, specifically this year, because, arguably this is one of the most important elections of the U.S. history. And again, this is why uncertainty is quite high, because of course people are still not sure which way it's going to go, and that is going to cause more uncertainty. So wouldn't be surprised if dominance starts hitting new yearly highs. That would not be coming as a surprise to me. Looking at Bitcoin, Bitcoin is actually starting off and setting itself to have a great week ahead of itself, because Bitcoin is pretty much sitting at $68,000 right now. Of course, that is a nice thing to see. Obviously, if Bitcoin is able to keep this momentum that it has going for itself and break that $69,000 key resistance, we spoke about this, a potential $70,000 Bitcoin could actually still end up happening before the month of October even comes to an end. And this is the end of the month, obviously, this week. So like I said, it is going to be jam-packed, I think, with a lot of information coming out, as well as a lot of interesting movements within the cryptocurrency. So in terms of altcoin holders, if you have your portfolios and you're looking at some massive profits, but understand that there is a risk that markets could see. And remember, there's always that risk factor going into big events such as the U.S. election, and especially when there's uncertainty tied to it, there's always a chance that you do see a potential shakeout. And if you are looking at your portfolios right now and just understanding that, hey, this is just too much that I cannot afford to risk, of course there could be no move, like in terms of no price movements towards the downside, but you cannot be sure. But if you don't want to take that risk and the money that you have is too much that you cannot afford to lose, well, that is the best opportunity for you to lock some profits in. Looking at Caspa right now, moving forward, we are seeing some upside within the price of Caspa, and which is long overdue. So of course, people are going to come out and say, wow, this is absolutely amazing. But I really want you guys to understand how much it has gone down over the course of the last 2 months, and pretty much literally since September. So last September till now, it has dropped 36.5%. So we're not even talking months and months. Just in the last 1 month, the price of Caspa has dropped almost 40%. And this is something, it's not rocket science. And I was obviously talking about Caspa in my updates that, there is a significant amount of bearish movements that are being sensed when I was analyzing the charts. But, nonetheless, a little bit of an upside. And if you want to put this into perspective, if you did end up somehow having your, orders filled in around that 11 cents price point, you are up about 10% right now. As the price of Caspa is trying to make its way back towards the upside, of course, a significant amount of resistance coming in its way, but it's extremely, extremely important for it to get back above 13.5 cents. And in order for us to retest that 13.5 cents mark, it's only a 12.53% move. Would not be surprised if Bitcoin does push towards $70,000 potentially this week. Even though the dominance is this high, a Caspa could reclaim back above this key resistance. And I've been quite clear, it's better, the higher the price of Caspa is, the better it is leading into the election itself. Because if it were to go south, if things were, to get invalidated, then if we were to see a complete shakeup for the crypto markets, of course, Caspa is going to have a reaction to that. So the higher it is, the better it is for the price of Caspa, because it would not invalidate, this upwards trend that we're in. But we've been coming very, very close to this, for this support to be retested, which is at the 10.1 cents mark, because of course, if we go below this, then this upward trajectory does get it just completely is no longer in play. But I want you guys to understand something. From the previous consolidation wick, consolidation after hitting an all-time high back in November, we actually, if you measure from then to the other higher low, it's a 6.9% difference. And let's measure this one right here. From the May 2nd to the one that we have now, it's a 9.7% difference. So maybe even if it were to fall down a little bit lower, it still keeps the price in this upward trajectory. But if it falls lower than this, then yes, we do get invalidated from this upward trend that we're in. And that is why it's extremely important for the price of Caspa to not fall below that. But let me know down below what you guys think. Of course, some people are going to come out and say, oh, this is a nice setup that we're seeing, a lot of excitement. But like I said, I don't think we need to be getting super excited just yet. I do think we still have a little bit more time and a little bit more confirmations that we need before we start getting excited for the price of Caspa. But let me know down below what you guys think. Love you all. See you tomorrow in Crypto ZX, and peace out.